What's going on, guys? Hello. Let me just see it live now. What's going on, guys? Give me 2 seconds here. One sec. What's up, Justin Smith, Stephen Webb, Jeep for Life? What's going on, guys? 20 viewers real quick. Just give me a quick second here. We're going to get settled. We're going to get started. 1 second. Just getting live here. Let's turn off some notifications. Okay. Awesome. Let's see. Everyone's coming in. Zachary, Oswaldo. I hear you, man. I hear you. That was DWAC trade was interesting. I'm gonna kind of freelance these today, but just kind of show you the charts. This ended up closing at day's lows, which is very nice to see. Alerted, that was a nice short. I alerted that nice short. I think I alerted that short right on here. It was a nice short. Okay. So let me see here. 3740 viewers. We're racking them up. I like to start around 50, 75, 100-ish. Just give everyone a minute or two to hop on. Pratik, Zachary, Drew, Justin S. Let's go, Kansas. Yeah, Kansas. What a comeback, huh? 15 down at half. Nice win for them yesterday. That was unbelievable. Great game to watch. I thought it would be a blowout. UNC was on fire. I was shocked at how they played in the second half. That was great. Robbing Marks Productions. Hello. Good. Yep, watching is better than losing. So if you're watching, I agree. Awesome. Amazon Khan. Yes, we'll get to maybe some questions at the end. Hold that question. I'll try and respond. If I don't respond to it throughout the session, just reply to me at the end, and I'll give you that response. We'll get to some Q&A after if we have time. Appreciate it. But yeah, okay, guys, get a pen and paper. If you're a new member, new follower, new user, whatever it may be. My name is Spud from Spud Zone. I've turned a little over 15,000 to over $2 million in 16 months. You can follow me on StockTwits. You can follow me on Webull. You can follow me in Discord channel. Those are my three main sort of core areas where I post my trade ideas, my alerts. Today's ideas, I'm going to be talking through where I traded LGVN, ticker LGVN, ticker DWAC, DWAC, and then ticker SST. Two of the three setups you're going to see a lot in common. Sort of a bread and butter play for me. Sort of a support cat bounce move, as well as sort of like an inside day setup. And then SST, which is what I call liquidity washout, micro float with range. So I'm going to talk through that trade. It's not for new traders. It's high risk, but I want to show you guys what I saw. Today's trading day, green 14,000, was a nice trading day for myself. Usually mainly use small size. Going to talk through a lot of the charts though, because these three charts, two of the three have some in common and one doesn't. And one's going to be talking about the downside and selling pressure to the short. So I'm going to cover that. That's going to be DWAC. Please refrain from asking questions to the end of the session. We'll get to the end of the session. I'm just going to quickly do this sort of on the fly. I didn't have anything prepped for today. So I'm just going to run through some of these charting exercise for you guys, just so you guys get an understanding of where I'm looking to take positions, where I'm looking to exit positions. It's not magical. It's not crazy. A lot of it's based on charting. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just alerting what I am personally trading with my own money in real time. And tons of folks want to see it. Tons of folks want to act on it. And so, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help coach and teach I've coached thousands of folks, thousands of traders over the years. I'm going to continue to do so. So if you're not a new member, if you're looking just to follow me here, you can also subscribe to our Discord. We have a little over 19,000 members. The tech team will probably put in the link below, and that is Spud Zone Discord. So definitely highly recommend checking it out. We got options, small caps, large caps, everything you could probably think of. We play both ways, long and short, wherever the money's going. So I'm going to talk through that. Let's hop in right away. Let's get into the session here. We got about 70 people active. Great. Everyone else could rewatch it. So let's start with ticker LGVN. I alerted this one yesterday, actually around 1290-13 zones. It didn't close yesterday as well as I thought it would close. I think it closed around, I believe 1285 maybe yesterday, which is fine. It held support all day yesterday. Actually shocked at this move to the downside today. This thing held up pretty strong all day. Maybe it's because the markets were really selling off and people were just getting rid of some profit taking and stuff like that. Sort of maybe just broke down. A lot of tickers broke down today. Overall market SPY QQQ sort of got hit pretty hard today. Inflation worries and other things as such. So, a lot of people maybe did some risk mitigation today, some selling off, profit taking. It's expected, not a problem. So I want to talk through LGVN. This is the 1 hour chart, okay? So I'm going to talk through yesterday's trading action. What do we got? Today is April 5th. So yesterday would have been the 4th. Okay, so this is the 1 hour bar. Yesterday we're right in here. I alerted the sort of that buy in here. See this bottom wick? We got a bottom wick right here. All right, guys, that's 1290. Okay, see this bottom wick? That's the first level of support in my opinion. And we saw that sort of hold up all day long yesterday. See this? I call that range. This is an hour chart. This is the 1 hour chart. Let me get rid of some indicators so you guys can we can kind of zone in on the map here. Okay. So see this little bottom wick? That's 1280, 1290, right? That bottom wick. That's where the big buying occurred on April 1st. That was a 25% move up to the upside. And the real bottom was around $12 a share. Okay. So $12 was my second big sort of buy area. And then my first big buy area was 1290, okay? So 1290, the move didn't happen yesterday, but I said, watch for the move today. This could have some serious upside today. And it could have an upside move to 14, which would be here. And then my second target was 15. And then if we broke the HOD 1660, I was going to say target maybe 18 to 19s, okay? Today we hit all the way 1550, which was my second target. 20 to 25% move from the given buy alert entry. I took shares 1280, 1285. I actually stopped out yesterday. I rebought in a little late today around, let me show you now. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Today, it did sell off into close. Today, I missed this. I missed buying the 1190, 1180. I actually bought in here on the second wave up. I bought down here at around 1240. Bought in 1240 and I sold right in here in the 14s. And then I chased it again 1430, 1440s, and I sold in the 15s. I chased it there. I didn't hold. I missed this whole upside here, unfortunately. But this was an awesome move. 1180, 1190. I missed that dip at the end, in the beginning because I was watching other things. I kind of hopped on late at 1250, rode this puppy all the way up to the 14s, and rode it again, small scalp up to the 15s. So technically, I didn't maximize on the play. I probably could have made about 15 to 20K on this name. I probably ended up netting about 8K profits. Is what it is, small green profits. I didn't really size in at all. I just sized in and out, right? So I bought this dip, you could sell the rip, right? Consolidate, bam, sell the huge candle up. Look at this, 2 green candles, big volume, 1 million, about 2 million shares came through there on a 2-wick. And then we start to sell off on lower volume throughout the rest of the day. Low volume though. So, it's still a watch, but I'm shocked at that close. I can't believe it went red. It was up about 20% green today. But let me show you guys why I was taking positions yesterday and saying this was a watch. It did exactly, this ticker did exactly what I thought it was going to do today or tomorrow. And I only had to wait a day to make 20 to 30% gains. This is why reading charts are so vital and important, because when you have this support, guys, this was on April 1st, right? When the run started all the way up to 16. Look at this huge green buying candle, 2 of them in a row. Where did that start, team? $12. It started at $12. Where did the run start today? $12. Right here. Right here. Look at this run. Right? That's where buying was taking place. So if you're a trader, you want to buy where the previous big buyers are stepping in. Right? So that's where you stepped in for the trade, rode this thing back up, and guess where you rode it to? It's not crazy. Where do you ride this if you buy at 12? Okay, maybe you ride to the wick here, 1370. That's if you're really conservative. You make about 10%. I'm a little more greedy. Where's the first target I gave? 14, 14, 10. That's the top wick, right? Guess what? Where's the next target? All right here. 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, drop. 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, drop. Say it in your head. 1 top, 2 top, 3 top, drop. So where are we riding this puppy to? Right here. 3 top. Where's the 3 top? 1550. What hit today? 1550 got rejected all the way back down. See how you're riding that? You're buying here, selling there. That's a 20, 30% move, guys. That's a big freaking move in one day. That's a big freaking move. So if you make some good coin, that's where I'm alerting. I'm alerting there. I took positions in here. I took positions there, and I sold the rips. It was a pretty bread and butter play for me. These are great plays for me. I love catching day 2, day 3, day 4 of a supernova name because they present some great upside with a potential mini short squeeze, and you could get some potential, squeeze out of it, potential profits. So this was a great trade. LGVN, as I said, it didn't close the way I would have liked it to, but I wasn't greedy. I sold for my 15%, and then I scalped again for another 10%. So this name had great range both ways today. You had plenty of opportunity to make some serious coin today on this name. So hopefully folks executed the trade well. We cannot be greedy in these markets. The market really sold off today. And we saw it, and everything started to sell off with it into close. Not surprised, right? All riskier assets sort of sell off. Biotech's first to go, small cap second to go. And then you have, higher risk, large tech who's third to go. So those are more risky assets in this sort of higher inflation rate environment, right? So that's LGVN, okay? Now I want to go over a different weird, not weird, a unique trade that many probably don't trade. I like to short. I short quite a bit. My number one rule in shorting is I don't short biotech. That's my number one rule. I never short biotech. But DWAC, this has been an in my opinion, I'm not going to get into politics. I think it's a completely overbought, speculated stock. And we saw it today, down 15%. So where did I alert this thing as a short? Out of the gates, we're down about 8%, right? There's a little actually spike out of the gates, and that is exactly what I used. The people who thought buying the dip at 9 or 8% would be a great trade, it ended up being an absolute horrific trade, and that's what I took advantage of the buyers out of the 930 gate. Right out of the gate, we saw about a 3% move tick here. I got 45 puts at $53 a share. I then sold right up into here, all the way down into 48.40, 48.50. Made 100% in about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 minutes. I made 100% of my investment. I went small, about $5,000. I made $5K on these option contracts expiring Friday, 45 strike, put on ticker DWAC. Right in here, show the screenshot live in chat. Right in here, I sold that wick. Then I consolidated all day. I probably even got better price if I was patient. Because I knew it would just continue. No one's buying this name. You had Twitter news come out with Elon. So there's more speculation. You had bad news, I think, about a CTO leaving. Not spreading rumors. I believe I saw don't hold me to that. I believe I saw a CTO potentially leaving DWAC or Trump Social. So that was bad negative headlines. So this ticker has had some real negative headlines lately, and people are just done with it. And today was day 2 of the blood, and I just figured we're just going to get that gap down. And we're going to see that big red candle on the daily before the day started. And here we are. We saw the red candle larger than yesterday. 2 million, 4 million, and then 6 million. So the volume's getting heavier and the selling's also increasing, right? So that's never good to see. So that's why I alerted the short. My guess is this name probably goes down another 3 to 5, maybe 10% for the rest of the week. Unless maybe a news hits. But I do foresee this name probably going under $45 a share. There are gap fills down to $38 a share. So do be mindful of that if you're still long on this name. There's some selling pressure for real going on. There's some big selling at the close as well. So that is ticker DWAC. Why did I alert the puts? Because there's no shares available on my brokers to short this puppy. So I took the puts and I took 45 out of the strike price, given that if I got sub 50, if I got sub 50s, I get maybe a 48, 47 push. And bang, got the 48 push right out of the gates before 10 a.m. Quick, easy, swift trade, in and out 100% on those contracts. That was ticker DWAC, D-W-A-C. Okay, breath there. I'm running through this. I apologize I'm going quickly because I do want to get to some Q&A today. Next ticker I want to talk to is SST. This hit scanner because, oh my God, there's some really, you know what? As a day trader like myself, I like to use liquidity, get in and out. My two big concerns or big priorities, I would say more priorities than concerns. When I trade a ticker, guys, my biggest priority is this. One, liquidity. Can I get in and out with size and volume? Check. If that's a check, good. What's the next thing I look at? Range percentage. What is range percentage? It's my own sort of unique definition of, does a ticker have range? Is it going up 5%, down 10%? Is it moving quickly? Is it moving slow? Is it really heavy? For example, that SFMB or whatever that ticker, that biotech ticker today, it's a micro floater and it barely moved all day. It was so heavy I didn't even touch it, alert it, look at it once today because I saw in pre-market this thing was trading like it was like 100 million float. It was a micro float. It was being held down. It couldn't move. It couldn't walk. It couldn't crawl. So I'm not touching a stock that's not really moving. It doesn't look like a good setup to me. But guess what? When you see this thing out of the gates open at $19.50, rip all the way to $37 in approximately 1 hour on huge volume. I mean, this is probably $1 billion worth right in here. I don't even know. Let's see this volume. Let's say 1 million shares. More than that. 1 million shares, 5 candles, 5 million, 5 times 3 is 1.5 billion volume, practically 1.15 billion in liquidity in 20 minutes, 25 minute time frame. Yeah, that's very impressive, right? Then we see this. This is what got my attention. When this thing fully broke down, I didn't touch it. I didn't even see it here. I only saw it in this range. You know what, team? It didn't do exactly what I thought it would do. I thought we might be able to squeeze a little bit more out to 26, 27. We didn't. But keep in mind, we did catch some really good, nice moves, 2080, 21, and we saw pushes to 23s. So, there was some opportunity and down in here to rip, down in here to rip. That's about 5 to 10%. But what's important here is knowing this is why this was a bread and butter play for me is buyers, huge block buying. Selling, slowly trickle down. Start to accumulate some dips, not with much size, probably about 50, 60, 70K of liquidity for me. But, old me, probably last year before me, probably would have taken maybe 200K here. And why did I take it here, guys? Why was I so persistent off the 2050 dips to 21? Anything in there I was accumulating for a push. Why? Look at this huge green candle at 2050. That's what sparked the entire day. Largest green candle on the day came from 2050. So what happens? What happens if traders? Buyers start to come back and load the 2050 dips. Here we are. Dip 2050, got bought up. 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 So it got bought up the entire day. So now tomorrow I'll be watching this one, but maybe it just sort of flushes out. But if ER was so good and earnings were so good, how is this going to almost basically go 100% move? And you're telling me this is now going to go red tomorrow to the 18s, maybe 16. I mean, we're at 19 and after hours. That's unbelievable. After this thing runs 100% on huge ER, I guess, or on huge earnings. So if I could get 1870s tomorrow, you bet I'm going to buy for a scalp, because why would I not try to buy it? Everyone bought billions of dollars above 20, basically. So you're telling me I can get a 20% discount and a haircut of 1875 tomorrow? So I'll try maybe catch a flush out tomorrow. Maybe buy it with some shorts covering as well. So maybe this name goes 10, 15% green tomorrow. Or maybe it sells off 10, 50%. I don't know. I'm going to watch the price action, though, because when I saw this name trading $20 to $30 million every 5 to 10 minutes, guys, that kind of liquidity you can't really find anywhere. And guess what? Liquidity was a check mark, and the range. When the range was going 3, 5, 10% moves, that's where you want to be as a day trader. Why do you think people made so much money on GameStop and AMC? Because those names were so liquid, you could jump in and out with millions of dollars, make 5, 10%, and get out with it without a worry. And that's when those squeezes were occurring. And this was, I think, what happened here. This was a monster short squeeze. My guess is the short was overfloated. People got margin called in here. This thing just ripped. And I don't know. That's just my guess. That's what it looks like to me. But this was a bread and butter because of this candle here. That's the buy zone for me. And so that candle across the whole day never got below it, and it just kept ripping off and bouncing off for 7 to 10% moves. And if you're a day trader, I scalped this probably 2 to 3 times for 7 to 10% each time. You can't get better than that. I probably netted about, I don't know, 7 to 10K on this one. I was sizing down. As I said, I was only going 40, 50K position sizing. So that's ticker SST. Are these charts, is me talking through this, is this helpful, guys? Like, please write in the chat. Is this stuff helpful? I know it's also delayed. Like, are these charting exercises helpful? Like, if you notice SST, right, and LGVN, they had similar 1 hour charts, right? Similar supports where the huge candle, when you see a monster candle in the past, that's typically where people want to re-enter. That's typically also where shorts are going to want to cover because they know that's where the buy zone demand was, right? So when there's big buy zone demand, that's where I want to be entering positions. When there's big sell zone demands, you want to be selling. What do I teach and preach, guys? If you're a student and have been with me for years, what do I teach and preach? We want to be selling into strength. When FOMO's at its highest, everyone's talking, oh my God, we got to buy a zone. And that's when you want to probably be a seltzer. That's when you probably want to be a seller, right? AMC, GME, when it's squeezing to 60, 70, are you going, oh my God, let's buy it and go to 1,000? No. The smart people are saying, this is where I want to be selling size. I may not ever get another opportunity again to sell at $60. AMC's now at what, $20, whatever it's at, right? So you want to be selling into the strength. You want to be selling into the strength. Buying weakness, selling strength. Buying weakness, selling strength. And that's what I indent in my head. And so that's sort of how I take the approach to trading. And so as you guys can probably see, if you're a new folk coming on here, new member, new student, new follower, and you're just listening to me, you probably realize how passionate I am about a lot of this stuff. So, this is, I love to teach and coach. I do this daily. I try to do it weekly in my server, in my Discord server. See the server chat. You guys, anyone's, unlimited folks can join. But this is what I do. So let's do a quick Q&A. I got about 4 to 5 minutes here. Right in the comments section on YouTube. I just opened up the Streamlabs here. So just shoot some questions here. I'll try to answer them as best I possibly can. Try to refrain from doing any crazy questions. Certain tickers, just sort of more open-ended where I can hopefully answer. If I can't answer, I'll just tell you guys straight up. I don't know the answer, or I don't know what it is. So shoot away. Joe DeFritas, how are you? Something I struggle with is, how do you decide what time frame you pay attention to? So that's a really good question, Joe. So I always typically trade with the 5-minute time frame, and I'm going to go to the live chat, sort of the charting here. So I always use 5 minutes because 1 minute is like so stressful you might as well have a heart attack. 3 minutes is like blood pressure is extremely high. Oh my goodness, things are going rapid, still crazy. 5 minutes is like, okay, we can take a breath. We can see the big buying. We can see a big selling. Things are starting to play out. 10, 15 minutes are like more like bigger picture, as more of like a bigger day trade. Like if you're entering a day trade and you want to hold till the end of the day, maybe the 15-minute marks gives you an idea of where you want to sell, where you want to buy. The hour chart I love for swing trades or like multi-day swing trades where you can really see like where the buying take place or where the selling take place. But from a day trade scalp perspective, when I'm in at 9:35 in the morning and I'm out at 10:20, that's all 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and you can really see the candle strength, the price action, whether it's huge buying or huge selling going on. And then I basically make conviction off that trade. So I'm going to short or long based on the 5-minute chart. Is that helpful? Did I answer your question well, Joe? Awesome, cool. Hopefully, Clutch Norris getting so much value from this. Awesome, Clutch. Happy you're getting value. That's why I do it. Awesome. Really happy to see that. Pratik Patel. What do you think SPY is going to do the rest of the week? Pratik, I don't know. I didn't even watch today. Today I probably missed out on some crazy amount of shorts. Wow, yeah, everything really just flushed. I don't know. I really don't know what the markets are going, but looks like SPY has a pretty key support in the daily coming up. If we break below 449, 448, you'll probably see that flush to 443. Yeah, I would say there's a gap fill to 443. So do be prepared on that. That's how I'd look to trade it. If we hold consolidate here, bounce, we could see a gap fill to 470. So could go both ways here. Okay, cool. Pratik Patel, hopefully that is helpful. Let's see, who else? Justin, adrenaline from the gym flowing. Yes, sir, I do. I suck at Sonny's gadget reviews. I suck at entry. Maybe a few pointers on what to check for. Confirmation to actually get in would be great. For confirmation, Sonny, I think I look at it in two ways. So in confirmation, the first thing I look for is the candle strength, right? So for example, let's go with let's just look at what's a ticker name. SFMB. What ticker can I look at? SST. I don't know if this is a good one. Let me see. SST. So in terms of like confirmation, here's my confirmation. Two confirmations to me would be less red bars, basically less selling pressure, and more green bars. So green, green, red, green, right? So like here, to me, red, green, green, red, green, 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 then a squeeze candle up to 23s, right? So like for example, and then this is also consolidating, right? So if there's not heavy, if we're not continuously going down every 5-10 minutes, that you don't want to buy a falling knife. You've probably heard that phrase, Sonny. You don't want to buy a falling knife. But what I want to be buying is consolidation. So if there's 20, 30, 45 minutes, an hour long of just back and forth, for me, that's typically a positive sign, especially after something driving for so long, where maybe you can get like a bounce back to like 24 range right here. And that's what we got. So consolidation is the first thing I look for in terms of entries. The second thing is, as I mentioned, I don't want to be buying huge red candles that compete with the monster buying candles. I want to be buying when there's like little buy or sell pressure where I can get in and know that there's not heavy sellers on the tape still. All the heavy selling's been done. So that's sort of, you want to see things in that aspect. Hopefully that helps, Sonny. Hopefully I helped answer your question. Justin Smith, when you buy contracts, are you buying in the money or out of the money? And what's the reason to buy either one? If you read any options book, or if you read it, excuse me, guys, I also feel like I've lost my voice too this weekend. So I was screaming for Kansas last night. I was screaming this weekend for all the March Madness games. So I apologize if I don't have any voice left. Justin Smith, when you buy contracts, are you buying in the money or out of the money? What's the reason to buy either one? I typically like to buy in the money. In any options book or any options article, anything you read about options, in the money always pays more. But if you're buying out of the money longer term, those will pay much more. In the money, I like to buy for weeklies because they're going to be valued more at the end of the week if the stock does what you think it's going to potentially do, up or down. Out of the money longer term will pay you more and they'll be less expensive. So you can kind of size in out of the money, but keep in mind those will also lose value as time goes on. So hopefully that's helpful. Amazon, can you come on your trading setup sites you have up for news, etc.? Thanks, Spud. So Amazon Khan, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. To answer your question, sir, I use Webull Top Gainers for small caps and volume on the 5 minutes for their oil scanner. I use Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is an expensive premium software for sort of scanner settings. You could see large cap flushes, washouts on the day. You could see small cap momentum prints. You could see a bunch of random stuff on that. Benzinga you can use. They have some decent stuff. FinViz as well. I use some FinViz here and there. StockTwits. So you can use a bunch of stuff. From scanner perspective, Trade Ideas, Webull are my two favorite. From sort of getting information, Benzinga, Alpha, anything like that is all pretty good. I'm playing with Clutch Norris. I'm playing with 10K portfolio. What size should I be taking? I typically don't like to use 10 to 20% more on my positions. And then the goal for those positions when I get in is really making 7 to 15% on a scalp, where I can get in and out with good liquidity. Give options advice or lessons. Funny stuff. Harmony Trades at Harmony Trades in Spud Zone Discord server has all the options lessons. He does private classes on the weekend with our students as well. Hundreds of positive feedback and reviews and testimonials from those lessons alone on the Spud Zone Discord. That is discord.gg-spudzone if you're looking to join. Discord.gg-spudzone. funny stuff. So he does options lessons on there. Tony Ani, did you say something about Tesla? Sorry, I just joined. If you did, I'll watch later. Tesla Twitter, similar charting exercise. Tesla's breaking out. I was more so referring to the Tesla in terms of Elon Musk and sort of the Twitter stake. I'm sure as you've seen the 13G filing, the passive stake. So, I am watching that. These names tend to go pretty hard when Elon starts to open his mouth or starts to take positions. It's worth a watch. I do think with the markets being a little shaky, there could be some sellers here on Twitter. So I'm looking out for a potential red down day tomorrow. That's really it for the questions. I'll answer one more. Will L, do you mostly try to anticipate for consolidation channel? We'll break down or based up in here. So that's a great question, Will, because obviously with consolidating, a ticker or an option or whatever you're trading could potentially rip up or break down, right? So the best trade setup is, to your point, as you said, e.g. stairs and elevators. We want to see stairs set up, higher lows, higher highs, and we constantly want to see that uptrend all day. But a lot of the time, that's an only perfect setup. If you don't have a perfect setup like that, consolidation is what you want to be seeing, then followed by a rip, then following about more consolidation after the rip. So if we rip higher, we want to see it consolidate at higher prices. This is if you're long, of course. If you're short, you want to see the opposite. And then when we consolidate at higher prices, we want to see a rip even higher than that, right? Which would be even higher. That's how I'm potentially looking at that kind of stuff. I hope that's helpful. I hope this whole session was helpful, guys. I'm going to bounce because this was about 40 minutes for me after hours. This is great. I'm really happy for all you joining. If you guys are not part of the Spud Zone Discord, I highly recommend checking it out. That is discord.gg-spudzone. Discord.gg-spudzone. You can follow me on StockTwits or Weeble. Weeble have a little over 53,000 followers. That is Spud-Zone official. And StockTwits, you can find me at Spud Zone, a little over 25,000 followers there. Thank you guys so much. Please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. This is a new channel for me. I only have about 5,000 followers, 5,000 subscribers. So please do subscribe. Appreciate all you guys. Thanks for the hundreds of you who joined today. You guys are the best. Keep learning, studying, stay disciplined. And let's continue this great trading week. Let's be patient. Be patient. Patient is basically what I'm indenting with my members and students. There are going to be a lot of setups. Don't chase. Don't have FOMO. Let's take it easy and let's play smart. So A++ setups, as I always like to say. Let's play and have an A++ day tomorrow. Awesome, guys. Trade well. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe. And I will see all of you tomorrow morning. Spud Zone out.